In today's video, I'm going to explain 6 habits that actually made us rich, and this is from the perspective of a millionaire. Hi everyone, my name is Helen. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be explaining 6 habits that actually made us rich, and these are the ways that we became millionaires. The first habit that really helped us to become millionaires is to organize and declutter your home. Now, this one might be a little surprising, but when you have an organized and decluttered space, you are wasting far less time on cleaning up, getting things organized, trying to find places for things, and you're also wasting less time looking for the things that you need. So an organized and decluttered space really helps to make it easier for you to focus on the things that you're trying to accomplish. And in that way, you're able to focus on your finances, you're able to focus on anything else in your life that you feel is very important to you, and you're able to prioritize more effectively. The second thing that has really helped us to become millionaires is to learn to say no. Now, no is a very powerful word because it helps you prioritize things. The reality of life is that you have limited time. You can only do so much in your day. And that means sometimes you are just going to have to tell friends, family, other people that you have in your life, no, you can't do everything. Sometimes that means you are saying yes to one thing, but no to something else. For example, we have often said no to things like vacations and going abroad or going to someplace fun or enjoying some kind of vacation away from our home. Instead, we've done staycations where we take a day or two that we enjoy things in our local area. And then for one thing, we're not wasting money, but we're also not wasting time. We're not spending hours on a plane and wasting our time in that way. So instead, we spend a little bit of time doing things that are enjoyable. And then we have more days and more time during vacations from work and things like that, that we were able to focus on other goals. We were able to prioritize the things that were important to us, and that really helped us to reach our goals. So if you want to become a millionaire, you have to learn how to say no to the things that are just not that important to you, and say yes to the things that are important to you, or the things that are going to help you accomplish your goals. So if you're going to say yes to something, make sure that it's something that you actually feel is important. The third thing that we have found is very important when it comes to becoming rich is to invest in yourself. Now, you have multiple options when it comes to investing in yourself. You can read a book, you can get a mentor, you can spend time in school, you can take online courses. There's so many options to invest in yourself and to learn that you can really find different things and different avenues of getting some kind of mentorship. Now, a great way in many fields, regardless of what industry you are in, is to get a mentor, but that's not always going to be possible. So one thing I would certainly recommend for most people is read books that are on the subjects that you want to learn. So if you want to learn about finance, read finance books, look at historical finance books, look at newer finance books, just look at multiple books, because the more that you read and the more that you invest in yourself, the more knowledge you have to improve your financial situation. So that is definitely one of the things I would recommend if you are trying to become rich, is to actually put some investment into your abilities and your skills. The fourth point that I would say made us rich is to focus on income. Now, you don't have control over everything. There's a lot of things you have to pay for, a lot of expenses in your life, but you do have a certain level of control when it comes to your income. You can do a normal job. You can do a side hustle. You can invest your savings and have dividends come in. Your goal when you are focusing on your income is to get more sources of income than just your primary job. So you want to have at least 2 or 3 sources of income if you're really trying to be rich. You want to have dividend income, or maybe you have a side hustle of some kind, or maybe you have a hobby that you can monetize. The goal is to get as many streams of income going so that your income increases. That should be a very big priority if your goal is to become rich. The fifth habit that has made us millionaires is really just focusing on keeping our expenses low. Now, you don't have control over every expense in your life. Of course, you need to pay for food, you need to pay for housing, you need to pay for the basic necessities. But you don't need to be buying luxury purses. You don't need to buy brand name clothing. And honestly, I would suggest that if you are not a millionaire, you probably shouldn't be buying any of those really expensive items anyways. Even a high income doesn't go very far if you are buying everything luxurious that you can think of. Now, we actually did not buy luxury items or luxury products up until we were pretty much millionaires. In fact, we really don't buy a lot of luxury items right now because it doesn't seem to be any value. Like, it doesn't add any additional value to our lives, but it does cost a lot of money. So if you want to be rich, you need to keep your expenses as low as possible so that you have more money saved to invest in things that will actually get dividends rolling, get your investments going, and really start building up on compounding interest. My sixth point when it comes to habits that made us rich and actually contributed to us becoming a millionaire is to invest consistently. Now, you want to put all of the money that you are saving into some kind of an investment. You don't want to be leaving your money in a bank account and letting it just sit there and not building up anything for your future. Now, the type of investment that you decide to invest in, that depends on what you personally would prefer to invest in. You can invest in stocks, you can invest in bonds, you can invest in real estate, but you do want to be consistent with it. The main takeaway when it comes to consistency in investing is that you are dollar cost averaging. So sometimes you're paying a little bit more for something, sometimes you're paying a little bit less, and you end up averaging a cost that is reasonable. And then those investments grow over time. And it's very important to be consistent with your investing because you're able to get a better value for your investments in the long term. You also want to make sure that when you're investing, you're focusing on long-term goals. You don't want to focus on just the short-term gains or the short-term losses because that means that you're ultimately not going to be winning in that. If you really want to become wealthy and you want to become a millionaire, you want to focus on consistent investing that is long-term. If you guys like this video, please subscribe and I will see you in the next one.